Hi guys. Hi. Yeah, as you can see, like, no makeup and I haven't done my hair. I literally just threw on a wig because I woke up about 2 or 3 hours ago, not feeling the best. I'm ill, so that's why my voice is like that, and you'll probably see me drinking some of this. Yeah, so I'm just thinking a lot about different things, really, and I just thought I knew I had to film a video today. So, yeah, this is what the topic's going to be. I mean, I knew I had to speak about this topic a while ago, because I do feel strongly in my spirit that I've been told to talk about this. Yeah, so I'm just going to get right into it, basically. When I was about 16 or 7, yeah, no, what? I was about 18, sorry. When I was about 18, I met this guy and we got on really, really well, and we weren't really similar, but we clicked. Like, we just really, really got on. Even like just a friendship, like we really got on. And then we started dating, and he was lovely. Like, we weren't really the issue. It was more the way he felt about things going on at home and stuff. And I hadn't really experienced anyone like a one-on-one, face-to-face experience of what depression is like. And it was tough. Like, because I cared about him so much, like a lot, and when he would sink into his depression, it would just get so dark that you couldn't even see reason, and you couldn't see anything outside of the two of you. And he would tell me that he would like self-harm and stuff. Like, after he had done it, he would call me and I would just be like completely heartbroken. I mean, it was the thing of him already have done it and then had called me afterwards to tell me he'd done it and feel so bad, and I felt bad for him as well. And it was just it was awful. It was so horrible. Not him, just the way the things he had to go through and the way he felt. And this carried on for a while. And yeah, so that was like the first time I even really knew someone who self-harmed and stuff. And when you do know someone who goes through it, you feel that you can make them stop. You feel that because they love you, you can help them stop, but you can't. And it's just you feel so powerless. And it starts to make you depressed as well, because they just keep doing it again and again, and you think it will get better, but it doesn't unless they actually get help. And yeah, so then I came to uni, and we're still friends now. Obviously we're not dating, but we're still friends. Like, we're still so close. As many of you know, I gave my life to Christ when I was 21, and yeah, it was it was the best experience of my life. But as you'll see from this video, it was not easy. I'll tell you that now. It was tough. It's the toughest thing I've ever done in my life. And yeah, it was not fun. So after I gave my life to Christ, like a week after, so yeah, the guy that I was going out with when I was 18, when I was 21, we were dating again. And when I got saved, it was just too much for him. Like, he couldn't take such, like, the big change, and the other stuff going on as well that I don't want to delve too much into because I don't have the time. But yeah, and understandably he just couldn't do it. So he was just like, I just want to break up. And that was like a week into me being saved, right? So I was sitting there like, what? Like, and the thing is, I had a dream the morning he broke up with me, that night, I had a dream that something would happen. And I remember God saying, I can't remember what he said to me. In the dream, he was just like, I will keep you strong or something. And then I woke up and I understood everything he'd said, and the timing as well was so perfect. And the weird thing is, when we broke up, I wasn't distraught because I had this really supernatural comfort. Like, I was upset, but I was still smiling. I didn't really cry. It was really strange because I usually would, but I knew that there was such a supernatural comfort that had just covered me. So I wasn't perfect, but I was surprisingly good. Yeah, and oh gosh, I'm ill. Yeah, so came back to uni, and so around October, like the end of October, God asked me to do something, and I can't go into what it is. I will tell you guys, like, I will tell you. I don't know when, but soon, actually, very soon. And he told me to do something, and I knew it was him. And the thing is, like, I don't know if anyone has a similar experience. When you hear something, and you hear it like in a dream, or he actually speaks to you. I had a dream, and I think I had a dream and a vision, and you literally think, nah, it's not, nah. So I kind of ignored it. I was fighting against it. Like, I was just like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do, just because I want to protect myself, because I knew the consequences, at least some of the consequences of what would happen if I obeyed God or Dad. So I would fought against it, and he kept on saying it, and each time I fought against it, it would just cause me more pain. So I thought, I'm just going to do this thing that you're asking me to do. And what I didn't realise then was that in that decision to obey God, I would completely, not reinvent myself, but everything that I was would completely changed. And yeah, so then a lot of people know that I had That Sweet Poetry, for instance. There was a point where I wasn't uploading, and I wanted to upload, but every time I tried to upload, he would be like, no. And I was just like, what? This is my channel. Like, this is the only thing I actually like to do. I don't really like uni. This is the only thing I have. And he was like, no. And then I think around November or October, he was like, okay, we're making a new channel. I was just like, all right. But I have subscribers on my last channel, and I liked that channel. He was like, yeah, I know, but this is actually going to be a channel, and it's going to be you. Like, your old channel, no. This channel, yes. Like, it's going to be me and you on this channel. And I was just like, okay. So I started making it. I hope I explained that right. I started making it, and he was like, it's going to be called Sincerely. So I was just like, that is the stupidest name I've ever heard. That's sad. And he was like, just write it. And I was like, okay, fine. So I did it, and that's how we have our channel today. And a lot of people didn't understand why I'd made a new channel, and I didn't know what to tell them. But yeah, so that's why we have Sincerely. So and I was just like, okay. And so, oh my gosh, how am I going to actually explain this? Yeah, so after that, I took a year out of uni, and the thing that God asked me to do and to essentially sacrifice affected everything. And when I mean everything, I mean the decision that the thing he asked me to do, literally, I felt like Job, like everything was slipping out of my life. Like, because of that decision that I made, because, like, for God, I lost my money, I lost uni, I lost friends, I literally lost everything. And I was just like, what is actually going on? Because when I was saved, I lost my boyfriend. Now I've lost all of this as well. Like, what is going on? And that's when I hit my low point. I was just, I was fed up, I was tired, I was spiritually and physically exhausted. It wasn't just me, I had people around me like, what are you doing? What do you think that you're doing? You're not even hearing from God, like, this is the enemy attacking you, blah, 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 blah. They just could not understand why I was doing the things I was doing. They're like, you've quit your channel, like, what is going on? And it was hard to stand by something that you cannot see. It's this thing that the Bible is talking about when it says, you know, faith is believing in the things that you can't see. And it was tough because you're seeing the problem and it's here. And the thing that you can't see is telling you that everything's going to work out for good. And you're just like, okay. And it was so tough to the point that I was just like, I'm tired now. I just want to end it all. I'm fed up. I can't keep fighting anymore. I don't have anything, like, even the respect from people I don't have anymore. And it was tough to keep on seeing the end when I didn't even know what the end was. I didn't know how things were going to work out exactly. And so I remember one day I was just like, yeah, I'm just tired of living. I'm just tired of everything. I'm tired of doing something for God, and yet why is it that I'm doing something for God but yet I end up getting hurt? I just didn't understand that logic. And it's the same thing I see in Job, like, he's just obeying God and then everything just turns out so wrong. And I remember, like, calling up one of my friends, one of my close friends, and I was like, look, this is what's happened and I'm so tired. And she was a Christian as well. And so I explained to her what God had asked me to do, what had happened afterwards, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, look, I'm tired, like, I just wanna die. I'm exhausted. I've given up everything. Everything's been taken away from me. I have nothing. And she was like, you know, if you kill yourself, you're going to go to hell, right? Like, that's what the Bible says. Like, you've allowed this to happen to yourself. You've opened the gates to the enemy, and this is why this is happening to you. And I was just like, wow. And I felt that I remember that moment, and that was probably the lowest moment of my life. Like, being a Christian, of my Christian life, like, that was the lowest point. That's why I try and be the way I am. I try and be as understanding to people as I can, and I'm learning every day because I mess up. Every day I mess up. I just try and listen because that's when I really disliked, not Christians, but that kind of judgmental, you know, holier than thou kind of approach, that kind of, you've allowed this to happen, you know. And I was just like, this could happen to anyone. This feeling of just heartbreak and just that point where you've given up can happen to anybody. And after that, I started self-harming. And I remember when I did it, it hurt so much that I thought, I don't really want to do this again. And somehow something changed. And I just remember praying and crying to God, like, you've asked me to give up something for you. Why should I have to suffer this much for you? Like, and somehow everything just changed. And it's almost like I had to get to my lowest point to actually get myself up again. And actually thinking about that actually makes me happy, because today I was really upset. And I'm not gonna lie, like, you do get those points where you want to do it again, like, you get those points where you're like, I want to kill myself, or I want to self-harm, like, right now, because it's almost like the pain is so much that you can't contain it in yourself, and it's like a physical pain, even though it's emotional. It's like a physical pain, and you need like some kind of outlet. I can't really explain how it works. And I remember like hiding my wrists like this, and like using olive oil so that the scars would like heal. And yeah, I'm glad that was the last time I ever did it, and I hope I never have to do it again. I mean, as I said, like, oh, you get those times, you really do, you get those times where you're low and you just want to do it again, or you literally just want to throw yourself out the window. And like, it's just so tempting sometimes, when you're going through stuff. But what I'm learning is, the greater the sacrifice, the greater the reward. And it's now I can see why God asked me to do certain things, and trust me, it pays off. Like, I'm not where I should be yet, but I thank God I'm not where I used to be, and I thank God I'm almost where I should be, because like God has just brought so many opportunities to my life that I never would have had if he didn't ask me to do that. And the thing is, I see people exactly where I was before I made that decision to obey God, who are walking exactly in my footsteps and have ended up in a completely wrong path. And I'm just lucky enough that before I ended up in that wrong path, he told me, stop, and he told me where to go. And even though I didn't like the process, even though I hated the process, I'm so much better off for it, and he's actually working. So yeah, that's all I have to say at the moment. I do feel slightly better now, actually. But yeah, so this is just an encouragement to people out there who, like, my story is not even that bad. I'm just crazy and obedient to God enough to actually say it. I would like, a lot of people are just like, oh, you're so strong. Trust me, I would never say this stuff unless God didn't harangue me into doing it. Like, one morning I woke up just repeating, tell it on the mountain, tell it on the mountain. And I'm like, why am I saying this? Like, and God was like, go listen to the song. And I listened to the song. It's all about tell your story on the mountain. Like, go and tell people what's happened to you. And I was just like, again. So yeah, that's this story really. I hope this video isn't too long, but yeah, what I do if I am feeling low is I either read the Bible, which is a great help. Like, Hebrews is my favourite book for faith, like Abrahamic faith. That's what I'm striving towards, like walking in that direction, even though you can't see, you don't know where God is taking you, but you know that he's taking you to something better. Oh, it's tough. Like, it's obviously it's difficult for you guys because you don't know the specifics of what I'm talking about, but I hope someone can relate. But yeah, and then I started reading, like, in one of my lowest points, I started reading this book. You Can If You Think You Can by Norman Vincent Peale. It's really, really good. It's really encouraging. And I've just started reading recently Winning the Race by Samuel Kasumu, and it's really good. It's a really easy read, and yeah, it's really inspiring. So yeah, check those out. Also, if you are going through this, just one thing I would say is literally just read books like that. Pray and read quotes. Quotes are so helpful. They're so helpful. Oh my gosh. And what I do sometimes is I have Pinterest, and I take pictures of, I print screen the pictures of things that I want to do and where I want God to take me. And having that visual stimulus, like, that's why I have my vision board, if you guys can see it behind me. Having that visual stimulus every day really picks you up. Like, sometimes I put on the home screen of my phone, so I'm always seeing it, and it just shows me what I'm working towards, and it's really encouraging. Also, like, having good friends around you helps. Like if someone's not useful to you, literally just cut them off, because if they can't understand the hurt you're going through, they're never going to be able to fully appreciate your happy times either, so cut them off. Like, it's very simple. And it was difficult for me because I had friends who, they didn't really, like, they could not understand what I was going through, and I would tell them and they would be almost mute. And even still, I have so much anger, and I am praying every day for forgiveness, to be able to forgive and forget. Not forget, because obviously we have a human mind, but as in that God will take away the pain, so you don't feel that pain every time you remember what was done. But yeah, so yeah, and I'm just lucky that, like, God brought, I do have someone in, like, a friend who's just so, like, I don't think he really knows, he's just like, yeah, like, just someone who literally, like, picks you up from the gutter. It's like God uses them to, like, pick you up from the gutter and just shows you that you don't have to give up, that if you keep on going, everything's going to be okay. And they give you this reason to keep running, to keep fighting for what you want, and help you not to give up, really. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Sorry for me being ill and the appearance, obviously. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below as well. If you have anything to share, if you want to just, you know, bring up points as well. Yeah, comment below. And oh yeah, videos every Thursday, letting you know. And all my links will be below, Twitter, Instagram, and all of that. But yeah, thanks guys. Bye.